So I'm like, how the fuck Legs know Tish? You know what I'm saying? I always said that Legs looked like somebody. And I always told her, like, man, you look like somebody I know. But then it dawned on me, like, you fucking look like Tish. So Brianna like, wait, you know her? I'm like, yeah, but I didn't let Brianna know how I knew Tish. Now, if you've been following my story time, everybody knew I smashed on Tish from time to time. You feel me? So it was kind of like, it threw me off to see Tish at that exact moment. So I'm like, oh my God, like, what's finna happen? Because I know Tish got hands. Tish gonna get down how the way that she fucking live. So I tell Brianna, like, hey, stand behind me. She like, I ain't worried about them. I ain't scared. So the girl with the sky, like, just know if anybody swing, I'm knocking them the fuck out. So Tish and Legs, they approach us. They get closer. So Tish like, so wait, Rody Dodie? I'm like, yo, what's up? She like, you go to this school? So Joe, Legs was thrown off. She like, wait, you know Rody Dodie? She like, yeah, this my little friend. So she like, yeah, but these motherfuckers wanted to jump on me, so I don't get no fuck. Motherfuckers finna get laid the fuck out right now. So Tish like, no, let's just chill, let's go smooth it off, let's go talk it off. You know what I'm saying? She said, hell no, I want that bitch. So she tried to like run up on Brianna, but Tish is trying to dummy down the situation. She trying to break the fight off. Like, no, you good. Now, as Tish trying to move Legs and get her to like chill out, the girl with the sky, she on dummy. She come right over there and just go straight hit Legs in the face. Legs say, Tish, move, that bitch just hit me. Tish let her go. She, Fuku. I'm talking about the girl with the sky was getting dinked the fuck up. So she finally tried to get Legs. So now everybody bum rushing the fight. Everybody coming over like, oh shit. So now I'm looking, me and Brianna looking. So I'm like, come on. I grab Brianna here, like, come on, let's leave. So we trying to get out the crowd way. So the other girl, which was Brianna's friend, tried to jump in. So Tish get in front like, no, it's a one-on-one. So she say, no, that's my fucking friend. So she hit Tish. She should have never have done that because number one, Tish is from the trenches. Tish is from the projects. Boogie down, bro. Look, this girl get down how the way she live. I done saw this girl throw hands. Tish is 6 even, okay? Tall as fuck. She do not mind. I done saw her take 2 people slanging their ass. You shouldn't have never did that. Tish like, bitch, I never put my hands on you. Buku, why'd you touch me? Buku. So I'm talking about slinging her. Boom. She like, let me go. Tish let her go. She like, you better not run up on me. So now here come the security guard. They trying to break it up. So as they breaking it up, you see Brianna mama coming through the crowd. Brianna mama is grabbing Brianna. And Brianna like telling me to come on. So I'm like fleeing the scene too. Security guard like, everybody go home. Everybody go home. He trying to grab like whoever is in the midst. So Brianna mama tells me like, hey, get in the car. I'm going to take you home. So I get in the car. Boom. We leave the scene. So I don't know what else is happening after that. So Brianna mom is trying to get details like, what happened? Did they put their hands on you? She like, no, you know, we just telling her what happened. So I let Brianna mama know, hey, when you pull up right here, can you stop me at this bus stop? Because I was hoping and praying and wishing and thinking that I could see Mark to talk to Mark. I didn't see Mark. So I'm walking up down the strip. I still don't see him. I'm like, fuck. I see people, you know, I'm like, hey, yo. I said, you saw Marky? They're like, nah, we ain't see him today. I'm like, what the fuck? Because mind you, my mama put him out. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go home. So I go home. I grab the burnout phone. I'm like, fuck. Let me call Legs. So I call Legs. She pick up the phone. She like, hello. I'm like, yo, this Rody Dodie. She like, what the fuck you want? I'm like, what you on? Why you acting like that? Why you just want to let the shit go? So she like, I'm beating that bitch up and I got problems with you. Click. She hung up in my face. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I don't fucking got Tish's number. I want to call Tish to talk to Tish to see what's going on. I'm like, fuck. I got to think. Now, I know how to get to Tish's crib, but I don't know Tish's number by heart because it's in my original phone. Mind you, Brianna mama gave me this burnout phone. So I'm like, fuck. I don't know where my mama put my phone at. So I'm like, I got an idea. So I call Miss Shirley. She pick up. I'm like, hey, Miss Shirley. She like, hey. I'm like, I just want to give you the heads up that I'm not going to be able to make it to work today. I got to watch my baby brother because it's a family emergency. She like, okay, is you going to be able to make it to work tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, I can be able to make it to work tomorrow. I said, as long as you want me. She like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. She like, I hope everything is fine. I'm like, yes, it is. Boom. I hung up the phone. Now the plan is my mom don't know that I just fucking called off. I'm going to use that time. We're going to go see Tish. Boom. My mom, you hear my mom come in. You hear front door now opening. You hear Caleb, oh, Mom, I can't wait to eat. He taking off his clothes, getting butt naked, hairy booty and balls, slanging around, and he going to the shower, right? My mama come upstairs. She like, how was school? I'm like, it was good. She like, okay, I'm going to go drop off Mark. So she letting me know, basically, Mark was downstairs. So Mark basically had picked up from school. My mom picked up Mark from school, and he finna go live with our Nana, which is my dad's mom, Miss Woods, which was very fucking nice, very fucking sweet. You know what I'm saying? Love her so much. You know what I'm saying? Bunches of bunches, very fucking sweet. So Mark was going to go live with her the rest of the school semester. So my mom like, and I'm going to bring food back so you guys can be able to eat. I'm taking Caleb, okay? Don't leave this house. Don't dot this dope. Stay your ass up in this house. I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, Mom, but I do got to go to work. She said, okay, well, go to work. And if I'm not home and you come back, stay in the house. I'm like, okay. So boom, I go downstairs and I look at Mark. I'm like, man, what the fuck you want? I'm like, Mark, why you mad at me? I thought we was cool. Remember, blood brothers. He like, man, I'm finna go stay with grandma. He like, come downstairs real quick. So now we go downstairs in his room. He packing up. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, she finna really make you go stay with grandma? He like, yeah. He like, it's cool. He like, I'll be back to visit you. I'm like, man, a fight broke out at my school. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it was crazy. He like, I'm ditching school tomorrow, then I'm coming up to your school. I'm like, for real? He like, hell yeah, grandma gotta be. He like, now they gotta be at work early in the morning. I'm like, all right. I'm like, but what if they call mom? He like, I ain't fucking worried. I don't care. He like, I don't stay here no more. I'm like, all right. So look, come around 10 o'clock. He like, all right, 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, I'm gonna miss you, bro. I'm like, I love you so much. He like, I love you too. So I give him a hug. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, man, look, when I get paid, I get you a cell phone. He like, all right. I'm like, for sure. I'm like, I love you. Boom. My mama like, come on, Marky, let's go. Bring your ass on. Whatever you don't get, you don't need. Mark go upstairs. Caleb gone. Boom. Now, I'm waiting. So I'm like, fuck it. It's time for me to go. So I leave and I make it to Tish crib. Make it to a doorstep. I ring a bell. Ringing a bell. She don't show. I'm like, damn. Maybe she not at home. I'm like, okay. So I go to the gas station, go buy some blunts. I'm smoking at the bus stop. So I'm like, all right, it's been an hour or so. I go back to her crib. I ring the bell again. She comes to the door. She like, Rody Doddy. I'm like, hey. I'm like, can I talk? She like, what you want? I'm like, open the door so I can talk to you. So she opened the door. She like, you got any of your friends with you? I'm like, no. I'm like, how the hell you know legs? She like, oh, well, we work together. I'm like, wait, you strip too? She like, well, I don't strip, I dance. I'm like, but you get naked. She like, yeah, but I'm not a stripper, I dance. I'm like, but you exotic dance, like you show your body. They know what your everything look like. She like, yeah, whatever. Okay, it's not about me. What you want? I'm like, so what's up? You was gonna jump me? She like, did I jump you? I'm like, she like, I see you just going around just blessing everybody with your cock, huh? I'm like, it's not like that. So she say, you fuck one of my buddies. I'm like, I didn't even know she was your friend. She was like, well, you should be just going around sticking your in every time. She told me I shouldn't be sticking my in every time Dick and Harry. And I like, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm like, fuck it. I didn't come for that. So she grabbed me. She like, so what you come for? She like, you come to see me or you come to explain yourself? I'm like, I just don't want you to get caught up in this drama, man. I'm like, I end up in the school for some other shit. I got caught with some baggies and shit in my bag and all bunch of bullshit. So I'm like explaining to her. So she look at me. She like, so you fucking legs? She like, do you not know her pussy stink? So I looked at her. I'm like, I'm not fucking. I'm like, everybody said her pussy stinks. So she like, wait, it wasn't good enough when I was giving it to you? So I'm like, oh, you tripping. I'm like, look, I just wanted to make sure it was good. She said, you want to find out if it was good? I'm like, how we going to do that? She like, let me show you. So she pushed me on the wall. I leaned back on the wall. I'm like, what you doing? So she started unbuttoning my shirt. I'm like, hey, nah, chill, we good. I'm like, I'm in a relationship. I'm talking to somebody. So she kept kissing me down on my belly button. I'm like, hey, get up, get up. And when her mouth met my best friend, I was like, oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she was letting it do what it do. It was definitely corn on the cob from there. And then we was doing it while I was standing up, and that was that. And I cleaned up. Then I went to the crib, right? Boom, my mama come home. She like, look, Mark is not welcome here. He's going to finish the school. Mark can only come here on weekends. He cannot be here on weekdays. I'm only giving you the rules right now, blah, 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 blah. She was like, how was work? I'm like, oh, work was good. She was like, did you bring Caleb something? I'm like, no. She said, nah, I ain't going to tell you. No more times. When you leave work, you know he love those ribs. Bring him some mini ribs. I'm like, my mom will bring him some next time. She like, okay. Boom. I go and I'm getting ready for the next morning. Now, I already know it's about to get ready to pop the fuck off. And I got to get ready to go to work the fucking next day. Now, boom. I get to school. I'm looking for Brianna. I see Brianna. I'm like, hey. She like, what's up? I'm like, I missed you. She like, Sugar D, you didn't even hit me up. And she walks off from me. I'm like, I didn't hit you up because I was in trouble. So I'm like, come here. I'm like, turn around. I'm like, I didn't hit you up. I was in trouble. My mom was mad at me. She was like, but you got the phone. I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm like, I'm sorry. You gonna just be mad at me? She like, yeah, I gotta go. So she walks off from me and go do her own thing, right? So I'm like, fuck. So I go to my classes or whatever. Now, I'm in the cafeteria. I'm in the cafeteria, right? And I'm in line, and I see Brianna. She already got her stuff. She didn't even look my way. She walked right past me. But so happened, I'm like, oh, shit. You just see shit going everywhere, food flying. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I get off the line just to be, you know, nosy to see what the fuck was happening. Fucking Legs is jumping on Brianna. And now here come the girl with the sky. It's a full fight, everything. They got the security guard blocked off. Brianna friends got the security guard basically blocked off. So they're like, no. But they was happened when we looked at the situation, Legs was getting fucked up. So Legs had no bra, all that was tore up. Her chi-chi, everything was showing. So she was like, when everything got broken up and the security got broken up, she like, she was in bed. She like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. So the security guard like covering her up. I know he liked it that moment. I know he liked it. I know he liked it that. He grabbed it. He like, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? She went to the office. I'm like, man, that bitch need to be kicked out. So I go to Brianna. She like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. She had a scratch on her neck. I'm like, Brianna, is you okay? So now I'm following her out the cafeteria. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, she really mad at me. It's like, it felt like she knew something, right? So boom, I go the rest of the day. Everything copacetic. I don't even check on Brianna no more that day. I go straight home. No Mark, no nothing. Now it's time for me to go to work. Now I get to work, right? So Yo-Yo, she sees me. I come in. She like, oh, look who decided to show the work. Look what the wind blew in. I'm like, yo, what's up? So I go put my hoodie up. She like, you smelling good. I'm like, am I? She like, so when am I going to see you again? I'm like, you don't want to see me again. I'm like, you probably got a boo, right? She like, I don't know. I got a boo. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So now I get busy. I'm dropping chicken. We dropping chicken. We just dropping ribs. We got the people in the ribs. So now the guy that liked the Yo-Yo and the one the same guy that gave Mark the 8th, he's there. So he comes out and he see me and Yo-Yo kind of like flirting with each other. So he comes over there. So you know like how you kind of flirting and somebody else come and you dip off and walk off and then they go over there and finish and they go over there and talk. So now he's talking to Yo-Yo and shit. So Yo-Yo like, you play so much, but she not being as friendly, as close like how they always been. So he like, why you acting like that? So he like, come here, girl. So he grabbing her by her arm and shit. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, y'all look so cute together. She like, stop it. He just my friend. So he looking, he like, oh, I'm just your friend. So he like, oh, y'all lesbian it out. I'm like, wait, what? He like, y'all lesbian. I'm like, ain't nobody no lesbian over here, homie. I'm like, trust me, I'm living good down here. He like, he Y'all funny. Also, you want to play with the rubber dick instead of a real dick. And he walked off and then went in the smoke area. So now at this point, I done lost fucking respect and we finna fucking turn up. But I'm being cool because I'm the type that once you say some slick or a smart remark to me, I feel like I'm not happy until I say some shit back. I gotta be negative back with you. There's no way I'm gonna let that fucking slide. So boom, I get done with my shift and shit. And so he gets off an hour before me, but he getting ready to have, when I get off, I'm getting off an hour before it's time for him to get off. So he getting ready to go on his break. So he see me, he like, you want to hit the blunt? I'm like, no, I'm good. So I walks off and shit. And so I look at Yo-Yo while he's standing right there. And I like grab her hand like this. She had her hand on the side. So I just grabbed her. I'm like, hey. So she looked at me. I'm like, later. She like, you better. So he like, oh, y'all got each other number. I'm like, yo, you mad. Y'all bust a nerve. You mad. Boom, I go home. Now my mom tells me like, hey, you know what? Like, she finna get ready to step out again. So I'm like, okay. She like, your dad might be home at 3 in the morning. She like, I'm going to come home before your dad. She like, don't mention that I've been out. Because now, mind you, my mom know I got a mouth and I like to talk to my dad and me and him go for breakfast. And she don't want to get ratted out on. My mom know I already tried. If you watch the story time when I snuck and record my mom low-key cheating, she letting me know, don't tell my dad shit. She letting that know right through the door. So boom, she leaves. I'm getting a private call on house phone. It's Mark when I pick up. Now, only people that know the signature code to call private is Mark. You know, just close family. My mom would pick up for private callers because my mom know that was our family code. You call private, I'm going to pick up. Anybody that's calling with their regular number, I'm not picking up. And it can't say unknown. It have to say private. Boom, I pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, Mom. Automatically thinking it's Mom, but it's Mark. Mark's like, hey, come over to Nana house. I'm like, it's late. I got to watch Caleb. He like, Joe, you go want to see this. I'm like, see what? He like, I got some kill. And he like, but I took it from these guys and these guys trying to jump me. I'm like, do they know where you live? He like, yeah, they know where I live. I'm like, fuck. He like, bro, you can't do me. I'm like, all right, Mark, I'm on my way. Just give me a second. He like, how you gonna get him? I'm like, I'm gonna ride the bike. So boom, I'm like, all right. So I knock on the door, on Caleb's door. Do. He, what? What do you want? I'm like, open the door. He's like, I'm busy. I'm naked. I'm like, well, put a shirt on and open the door. He's like, I'm not opening the door. I said, okay, well, let me go get the key. So then as I'm going halfway downstairs, he opened the door. He like, what? What do you want? I'm like, hey. I'm like, you want anything? You want any cookies or anything? I got to take a major boo-boo and I'm finna take a hot, long bath for like mama style, like for like an hour or two. Right? I'm looking at like an hour or two. He's like, I don't care. Why you got to tell me what you're going to do? I don't want anything. I'll let you know when I want something. I'm like, when I get in the tub, I'm not getting out to make you anything. He's like, I'll do it myself. I said, do you want cookies? He said, yeah. Boom, I baked Caleb the cookies, right? Get the cookies done. Now I'm going to go see Mark. I already know that I don't want to be going that long. The most I'm going to be going is 2 hours, tops. Including me riding a bike. I'm counting that time. Make it there in 45 minutes. Legs throbbing, hurting, okay? Pumping. So I'm like, you all right? He like, yeah. So he had a big blunt roll. And he had a pit bull named Princess. It was big, but he kept saying it was a puppy and it's his. And I'm like, damn, that motherfucker big. He like, yeah, I'm going to teach it how to attack. So I'm like, man, you alright? He like, man, I'm tired of Mom, man. She make me sick. He like, I'm happy I'm at Grandma. I'm like, where Grandma at now? He like, Nana at work. So now he flame up, we smoking. So as we smoking and shit, the dudes across the street like, hey, bomb. Right? So Mark like, who the fuck? He like, I think that's them. I'm like, so you stole the weed from somebody that live around here? He like, yeah. He like, they know that I stay right here. He like, hey, bomb. He like, is it good to you, bomb? And they start walking up close. So I'm like, damn. So Mark like,